Welcome to another episode of Leading Our Adventures, your Venturing VSA podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Todd, honored to be your host today. We are thrilled to explore the world of WoodBadge once again. We learned from a WoodBadge past participant in episode 11, and today we're coming with a dynamic group of guests who are very passionate about developing leadership skills and enhancing the scouting experience. First, we have Christy, the course director of the Gray Troop. We'll learn more about that soon. Christy is here to shed light on what makes WoodBadge such a unique and valuable training tool and opportunity. Next, we'll have Jeffery, the course director of the Orange Troop, who will discuss different aspects of the Link Troop model and how it sets it apart from the local troop offerings. And finally, we have Andrea, the National Venturing Officers Association president and Gray Troop guide. She will share insights of her experience on WoodBadge, how it impacted her leadership journey, and how venturers can look to tradition and look ahead into adult leadership roles through WoodBadge. So whether you're a seasoned scouter or just starting your journey today, today's episode will provide you valuable insights into WoodBadge and how it can empower you and elevate your scouting experience. Without further ado, let's welcome our guests, Christy, Jeff, and Andrea. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us, Hannah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm so very excited. I haven't seen this where there's been 3 guests. So you guys are making history in more ways than one. Christy, would you like to introduce yourself, and we'll kind of go around, give the viewers some experience. We've had a chance to talk, but let them get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, so my name is Christy Freriks, and I scout out of Bothell, Washington. I started in scouting as a den leader for my youngest son, who was a Tiger Scout. Ended up being Cub Master, moved up to the Scout BSA level. And we are now, our local Bothell troop is now starting a linked unit for girls as well. So it's been a really exciting journey through my scouting career. I took WoodBadge locally in the Chief Seattle Council in 2018, and then I've had the pleasure to be a part of our Linked Troop WoodBadge course ever since 2020. It's something I'm super excited and passionate about. I love to talk about leadership and about training, so I'm looking forward to talking to you today.
I love it. Jeff, would you like to share your scouting bio?
Sure. Hey, give it a shot. So my name is Jeff Mauldin, and I'm from League City, Texas. So that's right between Houston and Galveston, so down here in the South. And so I do scouting at various different levels. I've got a son that is in a Cub Scout pack, and I get to be the Cub Master there. And then I also get to help with the troop with my 2 older sons. And then I also do some district commissioning work here in the area. So got involved in WoodBadge and have had a great time supporting and learning from these courses as we go. And we've got a great one coming up. So I can't wait to get to talk about it here.
So excited. We have a lot of experience here. Andrea, would you like to introduce yourself?
Of course. Thank you, Hannah. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. So I serve as the National Venturing Officers Association president this year, but my journey in scouting started long before that. My brother was a Cub Scout, and so, I started getting involved through there until I was finally old enough to join venturing. Ever since I joined, I saw my mom go through the WoodBadge course and staff for a couple of years. So when I was presented with the opportunity to go attend WoodBadge at the Summit Bechtel Reserve this past January, I can't even tell you. It was such an amazing experience, and I know we'll get into that, so I'll save a little bit of this for later, but I'm so glad I took that opportunity, and I'm so glad that Christy, she reached out a couple of weeks ago and was like, would you like to be on staff? And I can't tell you how happy I was to accept that. So I'll be serving as a troop guide for the Gray Troop.
Oh, that's so exciting. But the first question, in case somebody doesn't know, or maybe it's a different perspective, what is WoodBadge?
I'll take that. I think it's kind of something that's really hard to encapsulate. I'm sure Andrea knows this from having taken it. It's sold as a leadership experience, and it absolutely is a leadership experience. The entire week you spend with experiential learning about different leadership styles. You go through the process, and the reason I say experiential is you're not sitting around looking at PowerPoints the whole time. You have hands-on experience. You go through the program as though you are a scout. So you start day one as a Cub Scout. And then you cross over to a troop level. And through that whole process, you're learning about project management, about conflict resolution. You're taking opportunities to shoot off rockets and do all the same things that our Cub Scout units and our troop units are doing. So it's a really great opportunity. And I have to say that as someone who's been working in my same profession, the legal profession, for 30 years, that the leadership component, no matter how many times I'm introduced to the WoodBadge components, it hits every single time. Every single time I see these modules, I learn something new. It's the same material, but it hits differently depending on where you are in your scouting journey, what you're doing. The number of times that I pull from that experience in my real life as well, my professional life and as a parent and as a scout leader. So it's everything from big picture conversations about how to run our program. And to me, the component of that is really the youth-led program, which I know is an important part of all of our Scouting America programs, all the way to the minutia of how to run a venture outing, right? Those project skills are something that are learned, and it's really important for young people, 18 plus, all the way up to adults, to remember that planning process is really different for our young people than it is for someone who is my age, who's been planning stuff for a long time. So we talk about all of those elements in WoodBadge and have an absolute blast while doing it.
Blast! You get to blast off
get to
rockets.
Blast, yeah. And if you don't know, Jeff actually works for NASA, so it is a really appropriate activity. Am I allowed to say that, Jeff?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a fact, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's so cool. You can have your rocket inspected by a NASA engineer, or that's awesome.
Give you some pointers.
Definitely. And with this, and my local people will also ask this, what's the difference between like our home council local course and then your linked troop model that you're speaking of here, kind of with the orange and with the gray? I'm kind of lost.
Yeah,
throwing out colors.
It's a good question, and let's dive into it. So there's a couple of differences, and then we'll start with the name. And so we call ours the Linked Troop Model WoodBadge course. So Christy just talked about the fact that WoodBadge is fundamentally a leadership training opportunity, and so it's set within the environment in the structure of a unit model. And so we start with a Cub Scout pack, and then we grow into a troop. We cross over into troop, and the majority of the course is conducted as a troop. We use that model both in local courses as well as this course as well. The unique thing that we have is the ability to do a linked troop, which means we can run two different troops with membership decided by gender. So we have the orange troop, which is all male participants, and the gray troop that is all female participants. And so what that allows us to do is to build in some of the special perspectives that come from those separate gender groups. And yet at the same time, because the troops are linked, we get to do things together as well. So we get to do some days where they're separate, some days where they're together, and we get to benefit from those perspectives from both sides of that coin. So that's something that the linked troop model can offer that typically at local courses, you use a single troop, which is fairly integrated because of the participation. And so that's one big difference. And that really provides for a very unique opportunity and gives us more ways to learn about ourselves and about our leadership skills and work it through all the different types of models that Scouting has to offer. Let's see. Another difference, we get to hold it at the Summit Bechtel Reserve, which is a fantastic place to go. If you haven't gotten to go, here's your shot. Come out and check us out. It'll be January. I'm from Southern Texas, so it's going to be cold. But hey, we're going to be inside. So we've got the benefits of the Summit Bechtel facilities. We get all the great views. We get all the great. There's just something special about being there, and so consider that too is a big difference. We get to host that at a major national base. We also the last big change I would point to is that our footprint, we pull participation from all over the country and in some cases all over the world. We also have staff that have come to this course from all over the country. And in some cases, we have international scouters that can come and be on our staff as well. So it's a really special opportunity to broaden your scouting world and to sit through and work through this development. WoodBadge is a journey. It's 5 straight days of immersive training. And you really grow and learn so much. And to get to do that while building connections and friendships with scouters from all over, you really get to see how varied, but at the same time, how also similar some of those experiences can be. And it really builds a broader perspective, I think, and an excellent opportunity to learn. So that's what you get out of the Link Troop course. Local courses are fantastic as well. So we simply are offering this one as another option. And WoodBadge training at its core is important to every part of scouting, and we want everyone who's eligible to take it to get a shot at it. And so our Link Troop model, we think is a really interesting one and a really cool one. So that if you have the opportunity to jump into it, this is the one to do.
I love it. Jump into fun. The cold's not going to bother you guys because you will be inside. Have some, but then maybe you have some frozen fun. I don't know.
That's right.
There were some snowmen built last year. Yeah, there were some snowmen built last year. Yeah. Some sledding. I think there was some sledding.
Guilty as charged.
Did you teach the snowman leadership skills?
Yeah. Only the best leadership skills, Hannah.
There we go. Perfect. And Andrea, while you were busy sledding and doing the other things, because you have to have fun while learning. Being somebody in venturing, having the venturing background, what can someone in venturing expect to get out of WoodBadge and the experience as a whole?
Of course. So I would say a really big, about this time last year, I didn't know that WoodBadge was open to venturers 18 to 21, but it is. You have to be 18 to take the course. So for our venturers ages 14 to 21, and even those beyond the age of 21, WoodBadge certainly presents a wide variety of opportunities, whether that be from our leadership course kind of aspect to building our critters out of snow. I'm from Miami. I'm from the South Florida Council, so it doesn't come across every day, that opportunity. But certainly, on one hand, WoodBadge helped me develop the skills necessary to serve the venturing program this year as the NVOA president to the best of my abilities, right? Some of the biggest things I learned is the value of including and optimizing diverse talent, right? Opening that door to our youth and serving as a mentor. I know I personally I've benefited big time from mentorship, whether it be from advisors or peers, and that has just been so valuable to me over the last couple of years. And, and kind of realizing this is my last term as an officer, I want to do the best I can to return the favor and give that mentorship back. And WoodBadge was really able to prepare me to kind of return in that mentorship to youth and adults from across the country. It also taught me about planning with bias for action. I love this one, right? So it's like keeping our goals in mind, right? So at the forefront of everything we do, the NVOA is just looking to best deliver program resources throughout the year. When delivering our NVOA mission statement for the year, I can't tell you how much my WoodBadge skills helped me really put that together. And then, of course, on the other hand, the skills I learned at WoodBadge have certainly proven helpful at school and at work. Ever since I took WoodBadge, I'm now in my sophomore year at college, and I did an internship over the summer, and I've been able to see a real shift in my ability to communicate at work. And an increased ability to really stay inspired and encouraged at school. We all have our tough times at school. We were chatting about this earlier. But WoodBadge really sends you back into scouting reinvigorated, right? You're just ready to lead. Hannah's going to love this, but ready to lead the adventure, right? And so WoodBadge really did that for me. And it was really great to see how the benefits of WoodBadge they go beyond scouting, right? They go into your work life, school, your personal life with family and friends. And so just a really phenomenal program overall.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Andrea. Yes, leading the adventure. So excited for that tagline. At my house, my parents have both gone through WoodBadge. They went through separate courses, and the critter was a big deal of like, what kind of critter are you? And I'm sure there has to be somebody listening that is like, what critter's Andrea? And Jeff and Stacy, not Stacy. I'm so sorry.
Christy.
No worries.
Christy, not Stacy. What WoodBadge critter are you?
Are we allowed to
tell
say?
me?
One thing that we mentioned, so we talked about how we go through as a troop, and so to do that we use the patrol method. So that's where the critters come in. The critters are what we name our patrols. So in the past there has been a very heavy focus on the critter. The critters are always a part of WoodBadge, but really it's just a way to create the team environment. We go through the stages of team development, so you get to find out at the end of day one what critter you are, and that's just your patrol for the rest of the time. And the really beautiful thing to me about the patrol method through WoodBadge and also through scouting in general is the bonds that are formed. I still communicate with my original patrol that I met back in 2018. Which has been a while. We've all gone through many journeys of life. I still communicate with all of the people that I worked as a troop guide for on the 2020 course. So I really think the big thing about the patrol method, which people identify with the critter, and I think that's why there's so much passion for the critter. The true amount of friendships and family that I've created through WoodBadge since I took it in 2018 are unspoken. The number of people that I can call, text, not just about scouting, but about things going on in my life, people that cheer for me, people that cheer for my kids. Truly, these are family members that I'll have with me forever. So, we talk a lot about the leadership building, which is true, but also I think that the family environment and the connections are both helpful for our scouting environment, but also I think every time I'm in a room with other WoodBadgers and other scouters, I feel like I've leveled up to the next level. I just feel like a better person. I'll let Jeff, do you want to add to that, Jeff?
No, it's spot on. I think that tie, if it's that team that you were a part of, you're growing yourself through that week. Or if it's a 2-weekend course, and some local courses do this over 2 weekends, our course is 5 days straight. So we do it as an end-to-end kind of a thing, and the ability to really grow together. You experience that journey with your teammates, with your patrol mates, and so there is a lot of identity with that patrol. That's your inner core family, and then what we also try to build is a sense of one troop as well, and so we're able to build that team atmosphere throughout the course and really grow that. I think Christy's right. You build those connections, you grow together, and those friendships last forever. And you can reach out to any of those people and catch up. I mean, I know that we still have monthly calls that we'll get together and chat and talk with folks that just to see how scouting's going in their neck of the woods, how's life, that kind of thing. It's just, like I said earlier, it broadens your world a bit and just makes it that much more special because you're all growing together. You're all experiencing this together.
I love it. Andrea, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, the patrol method is really special. Having gone through the program myself in a troop, I can certainly appreciate it from a couple different perspectives. But I will share, Christy, Jeff, y'all have hit it on the spot. It's really special to be able to go back and, I still have a group chat with my patrol, and we go back, and it's great to see, we share successes. I remember when I got to the top of the tooth of time this summer, I sent it to them all, and I was like, look, you guys, look how cool. But then we also talk about, scouting. So we will ask each other, hey, I'm going through this in my troop. Does anyone have any advice? Or, hey, this really difficult moment just happened. Is there anything, can anyone help me out? Has anyone faced something similar? And I think kind of being being able to get that, that feedback, it's just an additional resource. And it's always good to have kinds of resources and connections in scouting. So love that patrol method.
Yeah.
I do as well. That was a really great picture of like what you're trying to do and how it's connected to the various scouting programs. So I really appreciate it. And you can also see and like feel through this episode the like passion that you guys have and like how much it's changed your life and changed the lives around you. And that makes me so excited. Christy, when people are thinking about WoodBadge, is there qualifications, like who should take WoodBadge? Because it could sound like, whoa, that's like a big life change. But kind of from your perspective, where are you on that?
The answer is that anyone and everyone should take WoodBadge. I think Andrea made an important point that I think a lot of people forget, that our young people, the 18 to 25-year-olds, I think what they provide when they come to a course is critical for our other adults that are in the room. We were lucky last year. I think we had about 6 young people that were between 18 and 25 who attended the course. And so they were mixed. They were in patrols with all other people. And so having a perspective of someone who's been in the program recently, for those of us who, in my case, I was never in the program as a youth. I think it's so important to be able to listen to our young people and to see our young people in action, to hear what they're doing in their units, to see what they're overcoming, what they're doing is really amazing. On the WoodBadge side, I think often it's misunderstood. People think that WoodBadge is for someone that's been scouting for 30 years, right? It's for super experienced people that have been doing this forever. I took WoodBadge almost immediately when I started scouting. My older son moved to a troop and I went to my first camp out and I didn't know what was I supposed to be doing, right? This isn't Cub Scouts. They don't want me mothering or parenting them. And so I went really quickly and I thought after the fact, why would I have waited and stumbled around for 5 years when I can go to the source and get the information? And for me, again, I'll say it again, that the project management skills you learn, and then the youth-led component, a big part of what we teach that whole week of WoodBadge is, it's called Create a Culture, train them, trust them, let them lead. How to get our youth leadership. The WoodBadge program matches the NYLT program. It kind of follows the same schedule. So it's basically getting our adults to be on the same page as our youth, so that we are not overtaking their roles, we're not stepping in when we're not supposed to. And there's a motto that I firmly believe in, which is that every youth deserves a trained leader. And so WoodBadge really is the very best investment you can make into changing lives and to really giving back to this program that just does so much for our young people.
Wow, that's really impactful. And I know, thinking from my perspective, looking towards my 21st birthday, going, well, I don't know how to adult. I wonder, I'm gonna say it, I haven't taken WoodBadge. I wonder if that could be helpful. But Andrea, do you want to share your experience on what WoodBadge looks like for that 18 to 21 population? The values you kind of already talked about. You've seen growth in your everyday life. Do you want to talk more about growth in like our scouting future as young adults in the scouting program?
Yeah, of course. And I think Christy kind of led really well into this. Personally, I had a great experience at the course, right? Everyone, I walked in a little nervous because, there is that there's the idea that you go into WoodBadge and everyone there is super experienced and they've all had 30 years under their belt. But truly, I can't tell you how welcome I felt as soon as I walked into this past January. Everyone was so excited for me to be there. So, if we have any 18 to 25-year-olds out there, please don't feel discouraged. The expectation that you have to be a veteran scouter to take WoodBadge, that certainly isn't the case. And I can't, I had a wonderful experience and I'm coming back. So that says a lot, right? Had a wonderful experience. I truly do believe in the value of this course. And then, kind of like Hannah, kind of like you hinted at, it's that continuation, right? We don't ever want there to be such thing as aging out, right? You age out of Cub Scouts? No, you're crossing over into a troop. You're aging out of the troop? No, we have venturing, sea scouting available. So truly, we want it to feel that you never have to age out of scouting. So we hope that, a youth's time in scouting doesn't end when they turn 21, right? We hope that there's that natural progression from being a youth participant to serving as an adult advisor. Because like I said, it's such a nice feeling to be able to say, like, the last couple of years, like I said earlier, I've benefited from mentorship so much. Being able to give that back now has just been honestly the pleasure of a lifetime. I know I'm certainly looking forward to continuing my time in scouting even after I age out. And what a better way to be prepared for that transition than to take, any WoodBadge course, but this course was really special to me, with the insight of a youth participant, but then walking out with the knowledge and skills of an adult leader as well, right? So it's like you get a wonderful perspective on both sides. And Hannah, you thanked Christy and Jeff, kind of for taking WoodBadge. About halfway through the course, I had this moment of realization, right? And now ever since then, every time I meet one of our advisors in scouting or in Ven, and I see that they've taken WoodBadge, it's like I take a moment and I realize that this individual really took it out of their time to go and better themselves for the youth in the program. And so again, I'm telling you, it's a huge shift in perspective, and it's really helped me out this year. I would say, if you're 18 to 20, 25, don't be discouraged by the fact that, you feel like you're too young, you feel like you won't fit in, you feel like you're not experienced enough. You may think, but I've never led a troop. Well, what a great place to learn how to do so, right? It's never too soon to learn. So, no such thing as aging out.
Exactly. Thank you for that response, Andrea. Thank you to all of you for your insight. And kind of on that double dipping theme, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's one of the options for your leadership, taking WoodBadge for Summit, for the Summit rank, and maybe so. The other ranks as well. I would have to go double check and fact check myself on that. But if you're looking for that leadership experience, it's like a 2-in-1. You come out with all of this. From my understanding, you guys are getting me like really excited. And Jeff, I was wondering, and I'm sure that our guests are looking and listening and hearing as well. What does a week look like? Is it a chance to visit a high adventure base? Is it like staying in dorm housing? Am I like playing in the snow the whole time? Like, tell me more about, like, what are we doing?
Oh man, it's a high paced week. It's jam packed with tons of stuff to do. So we've got everything we do at WoodBadge is for a purpose, and so we've got a very solid program that's going to take you through from Monday all the way to through Friday. It's packed with instruction. It's packed with activities. It's packed with great team discussions, all type of things. Remember, this is an immersive training. So the moment you get there, you really are put through all different kinds of things from those, some of them are classroom sessions, some of them are hands-on type of things that we'll do, activities, different kinds of stuff. Recall, we talked about the fact that we use this link troop model as our framework to be able to do all of these activities. And it reminded me that I should mention, just because it's a link troop model doesn't mean you have to just be a Scouts BSA person to be able to take part. It's any program in scouting. We're simply using the troop model to give us the structure that we need to be able to organize and provide opportunity to experience and try out these cool skills we're teaching you. So that's the idea. It provides us the structure, but we want folks from Sea Scouts, Venture Scouts, Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA. It doesn't matter which program they come from. The day-to-day, we get to have use of the Summit facilities. We talked a little bit about that earlier. So we had to hold the course inside the great halls that they have at Summit. We also get to put housing in the lodge at Piggott Hall. So that's kind of like a dorm room style housing that we're able to use. So we don't have to worry about bringing camping supplies with you or anything like that. Your registration gets you room and board for the whole week. And so we've got meals provided. We've got lodging inside. And so we're able to hold the course no matter what's going on with the weather outside. We do have activities that'll take us outside, And when the weather supports it, we'll be out there, even if it's cold. But which for me is a stretch. If we have to, if the weather's not good enough, we do have the ability with the facilities that we have at Summit to be able to also take those things inside. So the course is really able to proceed no matter what the weather's doing. Again, we've got one special edition that we're doing for the course this time is on Wednesday night. We're going to be doing a special roundtable to discuss the status of the current combined troop pilot program. And so on our staff is this Scouts BSA leadership. And so they're going to be part of that roundtable and will be able to give us a good status of what's going on with this combined troop model. And we'll have some members of the National Executive Board is there as well to be able to help answer questions. So we're trying to provide an atmosphere to not only train the future leaders of our organization, but also give them as much information as we can. We want, informed leaders are good leaders. We want to be able to put them in touch, not only through building connections with the course, but also providing that access, that information that we're able to include into the course. So the week itself, you get there, it's immersive throughout the week. You're going to be busy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from the moment the sun comes up until after it's gone down. And it is packed with things. It's a journey. But boy, I tell you, the journey is worth every step. And it's a fantastic one.
I see. Very cool. Can somebody give me like the details or logistics of like the when, the why? Well, we've been talking all night about the why, but you said January, but when in January?
So the course it's a 5-day course. So it's Monday through Friday, January 20th through 24th, but most of our participants will arrive Sunday afternoon. So that's January the 19th. We have a welcome, you get set up in your room. We have some welcome activities and a welcome dinner with a guest speaker that night. The course starts bright and early at 8 o'clock on Monday morning. And then it ends around 5 o'clock on Friday. Again, a lot of our participants will stay overnight Friday night just because you may not want to get in the car and start driving immediately or catch a flight. So then a lot of our participants will leave on Saturday. And I just, want to reiterate, it'll be a week where you feel inspired, you're going to have fun. And I think, the big thing that a lot of scouters get at is just an incredible inspiration when you leave, when you're driving away from the summit, you leave inspired and excited to go back and take what you've learned and really implement it wherever you are scouting and whatever way you are scouting to make scouting better.
I love it.
Great.
I love it. Cool. Did we post the little link, the little pop-up thing? Did it come up on the screen? Maybe.
Yeah, and I can talk about it. We have a full website, so linkedtroopwoodbadge.org, which is listed right there. And that website has the registration link. So right on the front page, you can register. There's a button, takes you right to everything you need to know. But in addition, there's a fact sheet, there's questions. You can get an email if you want to ask a specific question to either Jeff or myself. We are happy to answer questions. We'll have some pre-course gazettes that are posted on there, such as like a little newspaper, so that if you're kind of skulking, trying to figure out if it's right for you, that's a really great place to find more information. We don't want this to be scary or a mystery. So if you're sitting at home thinking maybe, but I'm not sure, please just reach out and ask us. Any of us are happy to answer questions about what it means to take WoodBadge.
Oh, I love it. Very, very cool. As we're coming down to the close, our times together is coming to an end. No, we get to go and actually like take part in WoodBadge now. Is there anything any of you want to say? Anything that like I didn't ask that you kind of want to add on that you want viewers at home to know?
I would just jump in and say that Scouting America has been, going through a series of great changes and updates, and we've got a brave road ahead. We've got a really bright spot ahead. And so to be able to get us there, we need the best trained leaders that we can get. And so that's going to be the folks watching this. That's going to be the folks that are thinking about, hey, should I? Well, yeah, you should, because this is the tools that you're going to need to give you the confidence, to give you the path forward, to make those steps easier to take as you move forward. And so that's what the training's about. We talked about, it's the best leadership training that scouting can give you. But it's not just useful in scouting, it's useful anywhere. And as you're starting your careers, coming out of college, starting down the road ahead, there's the scouting ramifications that come from WoodBadge training, but you can use this stuff anywhere. And I use it all the time in my job. And I know Christy would second that as well. Andrea, I'm sure. So the idea being that you're building, especially for our young people out there, you're building your future now. This is one of those things that if you build this in, this gives you a step up. It gives you a path forward, a set of tools that not everybody's going to have. And it gives you some perspectives that you'll be able to use to really, push your own career, to improve how you interact with others, to be able to build a future for yourself that is really bright. And oh, by the way, it works great with scouting too. So it's a great opportunity out there. It's open to everybody. We really want you to be able to be a part of it, and look forward to seeing people there.
Awesome. And then, I'll add a little bit at the end right now. Bit of a visual. So, we talked about this patrol method earlier. We all, in a troop, your patrols will normally have like a circular patch for their patrol. And, whether it be the radioactive gummy bears or, I don't know, we had some crazy ones. I think my patrol back home was probably, I think we were like the Warriors or the Amazons. And so, our patrol, we all went back home, and like I said, we catch, one of our patrollers has a machine patches. And so she was very kind, and she sent us all a patch of our patrol emblem, right? So throughout the week, you work with your patrol and you create kind of a flag for your patrol. And so she made that flag into a patch. And so when I mentioned earlier that I sent a picture from the top of the Tooth of Time, I was holding this patch and I said, y'all, our patrol made it to the top of the Tooth of Time, which, by the way, is a big deal because I don't hike. But we made this patch here. Every member had a different star. So my star had to be the venturing green. Oh, wrong way. Yep. The venturing green. It was just really great being able to do that. We had googly eyes all over the place that week. I'm still finding googly eyes all over the place from that course. We wore mustaches all over the place. This course was filled with just the vibes were so good that you guys are right. You leave the course, and I was writing it for a couple of weeks afterwards. I was like, wow, WoodBadge was amazing. I'm inspired. Let's stick to this, right? And just this patch is a friendly reminder every once in a while. Whenever I, take a look, just wow, what an amazing experience that was. And I'm so happy to be heading back to the summit, January 20th through the 24th. And, like was mentioned, if y'all ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Kind of what we're doing here is spreading this program with as many people as possible. So anything we can do to remove any barriers, that's kind of our job. But yeah.
Awesome. Christy, do you have anything you wanted to say?
No, I think that sums it up. It's a week that you will not regret. It's a week that you absolutely will not regret if you take the chance.
And I'm very sure that if any of you are watching on YouTube or Facebook and have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. And I'm sure all three of them will be monitoring and can respond. And if not, us as venturing will get the question to you and get that question answered, because like they said, no surprises kind of thing with a week that's jam-packed and full. Hopefully you are able to come away with some tidbits of information about WoodBadge, what it is, what the linked troop model looks like. I want to really, really thank all three of you for coming. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Jeff, for what you're doing for the program, how you're training the future leaders of tomorrow. and inspiring, taking the time to talk to the venturing program about this. This is awesome. And thank you, viewers, for watching and learning. In 2 weeks, we have a special episode coming out talking about a crew secretary and what that looks like for one crew. So we have lots of adventures to go on together. And until next time, stay adventurous and keep leading the adventure. Bye, everyone.